Well, that's certainly where we were, up in the Boundary Waters at our favorite lake for the opening day of walleye season 2024. But let's go back and start this story from the beginning. If this is your first Portage Mule video, welcome to our channel and thanks for watching. I'm Ben, as seen here. And of course, Rob.
Oh, well, I guess it would be nice if I could fish tonight. I know that fish are right.
And our new sidekick to be formally introduced later, Mr. Turtle. Like all trips, they start with an absurd amount of gear in a living room, and we'll take a few minutes here to go over how to prepare for a Boundary Waters trip, but if you're a seasoned pro and want to just meet us at the entry point, you can skip ahead to the 19-minute mark. We use a clear bag liner, but also try to put anything we don't want to get wet, like sleeping bags and camera equipment, into waterproof stuff sacks. The liners do a great job, with minor splashes, accidentally putting the pack down in water, and even rain. However, if a pack were to really get wet or submerge, the contents would be soaked.
Best idea ever.
Kids, don't try that at home because you can suffocate.
Rob and I work off a checklist divided up between camping, fishing, cooking, and other personal items. As the items get added to the portage packs, we check them off. We try to keep our packs as weighted as even as possible and keep the heavier items lower in the bag and closer in towards where it rests on your back. Keep in mind to account for several more pounds in one pack if you're bringing live bait.
Also, super important when you're going through all this stuff, keep your rain gear somewhere separate because there's no guarantee that when you're portaging in, it's going to be dry. So we'll pack it up, we'll make sure it's here, but then it'll either be in the top of one of the packs or it'll be on an outer pocket.
Next on the list is to tackle the food needed for a week.
I know it seems like a lot, and that's because it is, but I'll try to give you the condensed, quick rundown of it. If you want, we'll be doing a video of our entire gear breakdown, or just send us an email at info@portagemule.com, and we'll be happy to get back to you. But we're going out for a total of 10 days, which is a total of 9 dinners and a total of 8 breakfasts. So that's kind of how we think about it, and 9 lunches. So for the 8 breakfasts, we have it broken down to one of these summer sausages a day that we heat up, fry in the pan, as well as have it broken down to crusties, and it is 2 cups per day for Rob and I. All that is just add water and you have delicious pancakes. We're also going to be bringing eggs. We're going to do 1 egg per person per day for breakfast. We also have to bring extra eggs for the egg wash because we are going to be frying fish. Syrup, obviously, for pancakes, Buddy the Elf style. For lunch, it's going to be an assortment of just quick stuff. We don't want to have to make a fire. We don't want to have to cook. We have an assortment of kind bars throughout the week. We're also going to have these fruit bars. So one of those each a day for lunch, as well as for snacks. We're going to have these elote Mexican street corn almonds, which it's unbelievable. They actually somehow taste like corn. It's really wild. As well as we got fruit, dried fruit. So we're going to have dried apricots, dried mangoes, and dried tangerines. We tested them all, we tasted them all, and they're all really good. And if you haven't noticed, there's no candy. Rob is going candyless. So no Tootsie Rolls, no Twizzlers, no sweet chewy sprees, no chewy sweet tarts. For me, no Reese's peanut butter cups. I think that was it. So that probably saves about 10 pounds of candy. And then for dinner, the first 3 nights will be frozen steak, which obviously we freeze that, and last time on the second day we still had to put our steaks out in the sun to thaw them out because it gets down to about 30 degrees, a little over 30 degrees when we're going up in May. So for the first couple nights it'll be steaks as well as potatoes, peppers, and onions, the small little diced potatoes, diced everything. And then after that, we have a little surprise. We're going to be trying to make some pizza. So already bought the pizza crust. We already packed the pizza sauce, and we're going to be hoping that the mozzarella cheese is going to be good until that 4th night, as well as we already got the already cooked pepperoni, the stuff you don't have to refrigerate. Now, one thing I'm proud of from some of our viewers telling us how to do is I'm going to be making, for the first time, bannock. So I've already separated out 3 different days worth of bannock here, which I'm using the recipe. It's super simple. It's just going to be 2.5 cups flour, teaspoon of baking powder, half teaspoon of salt, and a half teaspoon of sugar. And then we're going to be going, we have a little thing of oil this time. You add, I think, 3 tablespoons of oil. Just put it right in this bag, mix it up, and put it in some hot oil on the pan over the fire. Hoping to have some nice, fresh baked bread. So some of the perishable stuff we actually haven't bought yet. We'll be buying that closer to when we get to Ely. So we got a couple more days out of that stuff. Trying beef jerky. We already took it out of the bag and put it in a food saver again. Hoping to get a couple more days out of it. So now we don't have to rip open a giant Kirkland bag of beef jerky and eat it all in the same sitting. Oh, coffee, most important. Decaf this time, no caffeine. Other miscellaneous stuff, we're gonna have to crush up the saltines to make the breading for the fish, which we're gonna be doing some fried fish and most of the blackened seasoning with Emerald's Original Essence. Oh, it's so good. Gotta look it up. Chicken and a biscuit. Bob seems to like them. I'm trying them. Now you tell me. Is this a little overkill? Probably. Also, we've already divided out, or not divided out, we already bought it, divided out, but we have the Velveeta shells and cheese. Super easy, lightweight, boil water, dump water, add cheese.
I forgot to mention that we also bring in a pound of frozen bacon for the breakfast before we hit the summer sausages.
Also, I can tell you in secret, I got Rob another gift this time. He's always really interested in knowing the water temperature. So I got him a friend. That's Mr. Turtle. He's going to be able to show Rob digitally the water temperature. And we can just keep him on the side of the boat, and anytime he wants to know, he can just go ask Mr. Turtle. Shh.
There are several traditions that we've kept on our trips to the Boundary Waters. After we pack the truck up, we stop at Taco Tico for our tradition of tackling the Portage Mule 10 Taco Challenge, which is as delicious and filling as it sounds. Ten tacos may be a little bit overkill, but it's definitely worth the stop if you're driving up through Mason City. We pick up last minute supplies like this, some new line for our walleye rods, which we went with braided 15-pound Test Power Pro in moss green. I like the braided line. I tend to think I get a better feel for the bottom and light taps that walleye tend to bite with. Anyone headed to Ely is probably familiar with this place, Gordy's Hi-Hat. The restaurant has a great atmosphere, friendly staff, and phenomenal American food like our cheeseburgers and milkshakes. But you don't have to take our word for it. You can take Guy Fieri's word on the place, on diners, drive-ins, and dives.
When you guys are heading up to the Boundary Waters, you want to stop at Portages at Gordy's, and you want to get the best burger, fries, and milkshakes in all of Minnesota. Thanks. You guys have a nice trip. Yep.
If that's not enough, they also have the warming hut next door. We grab a few drinks to go so we can check out the sauna they're giving away, until we were rudely interrupted.
Oh, sorry guys. I didn't mean to interrupt you. Okay.
Well, that's not awkward. And shortly after noon, we arrive in Ely.
So when Ben and I come to Ely, we choose the Canoe Country Outfitters to take care of all of our needs. Let's go inside and take a look. So when you're in, you'll see they've got a selection of lures and different things for anything you might have forgotten on your way. You can get your fishing licenses and check in for your permits here as well. Also, you can get any additional things you forgot for the campsite.
They buy them by the, almost Costco size.
We don't buy the big rolls.
And when you're inside, be sure to check out the Portage Mule display and grab yourself a new hat or t-shirt. Also, if you let any of the folks here know, Bob, Mark, or Brian, they'd be happy to get you set up, full outfitting or partial outfitting of all accessories you need to hit the Boundary Waters. So life jackets, chairs, seats, paddles, packs, anything you need, they've got it all. So be sure to check out Canoe Country Outfitters when you come in Ely, Minnesota. You'll find friendly people like Bob here all the time who are willing to outfit you with anything that you need for your entire trip to make it a complete success.
Our next stop is at Ely's oldest bait and tackle store, Arrowhead Outdoors. We can't say enough about this place. It's been voted Minnesota's best for 3 years in a row now, and you will understand why once you stop in. They have enough jigs and enough colors and weights. The problem will be figuring out which combos you don't want to take. We typically bring 3/8 ounce with a few heavier for moving water and a few lighter for lift and drop. We take a look at the bait they have in stock, but we won't buy ours until tomorrow morning when we leave. We normally rent a house through Canoe Country for the night before we leave. For Rob and I, it might be a bit much, but with more people, it's great to have the room to go through the gear before you head out. So we bring in all the bags we packed and grab the cooler so we can pack the food barrel up to the point of the perishables, which will stay in the fridge until the morning.
Alright, Rob and I just made it to Ely, and we are getting everything ready for tomorrow. We will be leaving here at 4:30, and now it's time to make our lunch. So at the grocery store on the way up here in Minneapolis, we stopped and got the rest of our perishable stuff. The snacks. We got a couple pounds of these smaller potatoes because they fry up a lot quicker than other potatoes, and they stay fresh longer. Stay fresh long enough for us. Of course, we brought our mini bagels or bagel thins, everything. It's delicious. We got a couple onions, but right now, I'm going to be prepped for our lunch for tomorrow. And our lunch is going to be Hawaiian king rolls, American cheese, and Frick's biscuit ham. Doesn't that just look delicious?
Next on our list of traditions is to get a last meal. We love going to the boathouse. Their food is great, staff is friendly, and they've been supporters of our channel since the beginning.
So Rob and I have always been using the blue food storage barrel, and with the new regulations or penalties or whatever it is that are coming into effect this year, we've gone out and purchased these Ursat, supposed to be bear resistant containers. They're just these. This is one out of the bag. Rob and I bring a lot of food, so we needed to buy 2 of them. So this is their 30-liter bag. We bought 2, which 60 liters is, I believe, the size of the larger blue barrel. So we're going to be testing these, but what we're going to be doing is using these in conjunction with the blue barrel. So we're actually going to be filling these and putting them inside the blue barrel. These are bear resistant. We've just heard stories, I guess, about critters getting in them. So these for the bears, I guess, and then the blue barrels will be so all the critters around the camp can't get into it with its locking top. So that's a scoop. It was going to be hard to double portage as Rob and I do with the old container, because you have to keep an eye on it or hang it at every portage. So there's no leaving the pack there unattended anymore, and that's pretty much impossible. We won't be able to hang it at every portage. So with these, we're good to go in compliance.
It is 5:01. We're a couple minutes behind schedule.
1 minute.
1 minute behind schedule. But let's go inside here and pick out our bait. Yeah. Well, good morning. It is
6:30.
6:23 on the 8th of May. We're here at the Mudro entry point. We are going to make one more trip up to Crooked Lake. Sorry, I had to walk back to the truck, so my portaging's already begun before I've even started.
Already double portage to the truck.
I've double portage to the truck, and a couple of things that are going to change this year. We're going to hopefully rename 3 Mile Island.
Really?
Well, or we're going to have to name it Chernobyl, I guess.
Yeah, because we're going in without candy this time.
No candy.
0.
I take that back.
That will be gone before.
Before I get to the first portage,
Yes, we will have all the candy.
I will
gone.
finish my 2 sprees. I have 7 left, so I will make sure that I eat those before I get the canoe on my shoulders.
New things we'll go over.
Yep.
Life jackets.
Yeah.
Got 2 brand new life jackets that we will be modeling the entire time, hopefully.
Strong focus on staying inside the boat.
Yes. Dry.
Dry.
Yeah. And the new bear, this is dated old, but the new bear food storage regulation. So we're trying something a little different because of the new regulations this year. So we want to stay out of jail.
And I don't know that they'll actually keep a bear out of them. That's not the real concern. The real concern is that I'm going to struggle to get into them. So
Me too.
Having said that, I think we're gonna get this party started.
Yeah, so 6:30 probably on the water.
6:30 on the water, and then
There by noon.
that's what we've been told. So we'll see you around 4
Yeah.
with the evening update. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
6.
7 pieces. Yummy.
Now we're ready. All right, this is why we come here. We'll take, I don't know, half a minute here and just listen to this nature and look around. Off to our right, I'm guessing those are, yeah, that's a loon, 2 loons. There's a beaver dam to our left. The sunrise is right in front of us. There's a grouse drumming somewhere in the background. The only noise other than that we can hear is birds chirping. And there's a waterfall somewhere. And maybe a woodpecker. But if you haven't been here, this is what you can look forward to, just the peace and tranquility here. And if you have been here, hopefully this is just a nice reminder and you can sit and watch this and just reminisce on your past trips like we do. But this is just awesome. Haven't seen a soul today.
No sounds, no cars, no horns.
Just the
No
woodpeckers.
buzzing of electrical lines.
Yeah. Sirens, train horns.
Just nature.
So cool.
However, the one thing that we're in search of, and that we have been in search of, that swims below us, is the walleye legledon.
He's real. This is where Heart Attack Hill gets its name, and the sad part is this is the easy way on Heart Attack Hill, but I think it's just the first portage of the trip. Really brings back a lot of memories. You probably can't tell because we're such mountain men, but it's freezing. When we left the truck, it was 37 degrees. When we stopped paddling for a second out on mudro, you actually started to get cold. So keeping moving normally isn't an issue. How?
The moth's still on the rocks.
Yeah. Yeah, early season, the rocks are still covered in moss. Okay, I'm gonna put this down because This is starting to get steep.
I mean, would you say this is a workout? Or no?
Yeah, I'd say this is a workout.
So, first portage of the morning.
How's it going?
Well, I can't see out of my glasses because I'm sweating. They're fogged up. I left the AED machine at the other side.
Oh. I know CPR.
Are you a good kisser?
I should go without saying, but we try to keep our hands free. Mine is holding the camera. When we're on certainly steep or rocky parts of the portages like this, because one slip on these and that could be a trip ender. And like Rob was saying early in the season, without everybody stepping all over them, they're still covered in moss, all these rocks and logs. So we just try to get stuff in the packs. I think the only thing that we don't are the paddles, but I can carry those and jettison them quickly if need be. But like Rob with the canoe, you don't want to be holding anything because it's just too easy to lose your balance. Trees are no leaves, they're just starting to bud. I guarantee you by the time we get back to this portage on the way back home, it'll be much greener.
Should be rocks over there, you can see them. Yep. Both in the times we've come up.
Probably not yet. Oh, there's people there.
Huh?
There's people there. Anything you'd like to say about Sandpit, Rob?
It's not worth camping on.
Super quick paddle. We're a little off balance here, but the paddle takes 10 minutes, so we're not worried too much about.
It's like I'm canoeing with a one-armed man.
Yeah, but you're like 3 men. Well, done with Sandpit, and we're on to my favorite portage of the trip, which is odd because it's also the longest. 180 rods, but it's super flat. I'll show you. It's like a railroad track, but for the portages we have On the first portage, because Rob and I double portage, but on the first portage, I take the blue barrel, which is not the food blue barrel. Although the food is in it, there are 2 Ursacks, 30-liter Ursacks, inside the blue barrel, so we are compliant.
Coming up on your left.
Oh, Rob's about to pass me.
Left.
Sorry, didn't mean to hold you up. But on the first portage, I take the blue barrel and my camera equipment and the waterproof bag. Rob brings the canoe. Then we go back over and we grab the 2 packs. Sounds easy, right? Rob, when are you going to enter the canoe portaging run in Ely?
Oh, I don't know.
What is it, a 5K? I think you got it. What do you think? Rob would probably take the gold. All right, we're going to start with Boundary Waters Ology 101. So I'm sure plenty of our viewers, this is old hat to them, but I still get asked, what's a portage? So, a portage is basically the carrying of stuff from one water body to the next. So, for this example, and how we use it, a portage is basically the hike or the trail from as we go lake to lake. So from here we're going sand pit, portaging over to Tin Can Mike. If you don't know, now you know. And there is a debate on how it's pronounced. Portage or portage. Either way, we'll understand you. But it's a portage, not Portage Mule. Well, great news. We are done with the portage, the longest portage, and we're in a Tin Can Mike, which means there's only 5 more portages to go. Hopefully. As long as beavers haven't dammed up horse yet, but the bugs are horrible already.
What happened?
Which is nuts considering I thought mosquitoes wouldn't be here below 50 degrees, and this morning it was 37, so. But we're out just trying to take a little break here out on the water because you can't stop on the portages, you're gonna get eaten alive. But 8:55 and into Tin Can Mike.
Yeah, because we're usually in coming out of the horse at 10 o'clock ish.
Like, okay, yeah. So we're not making the best of time, but it's okay.
We're not making the worst of times either.
Hey, we're enjoying it. There's no rush. We're a couple days before season. Still haven't seen a person. Or no, that's not true. We saw the campers, but no one on the portages.
What were they on? Sand pit?
Sand pit. No rush. We're gonna get there by at least tomorrow. There's no reason to rush. We're just
love it out here.
Yeah, enjoying the mosquitoes and the gnats, mayflies.
glad there's no April flies left though.
No, they're
horrible.
they stopped 8 days ago. I wish I could take credit for this as a Portage Mule pro tip, but I think it's the norm. But for some people who's coming up here for the first time, maybe they're not going through an outfitter, but we always bring an extra paddle. So we have the 2 carbon fiber paddles that we always have been using, as well as just kind of this, I don't know, cheapo aluminum one. But one paddle could break and it could save the trip. Might have happened to us. Won't say anything about Dustin, but we just finished the portage from Tin Can Mike into Horse, and we're here right now, just ready to go.
Just raring.
But this area used to be heavily forested, and every now and then on some of these portages you'll see remnants of the old stuff, which is kind of cool just to see the history. I have no idea what this could be. I'm sure some of our viewers might be able to tell us, but every now and then you see stuff in the woods or on the rocks. Actually, this rock behind me, as we go around it, there's some old I don't know,
Cable guides or something.
Cable guides or clamps or something really cool. But anyways, it's interesting, and this whole area is a bunch of submerged dead wood. You'll see as you paddle that there's trees and stuff just sticking up right above the surface, so I guess just be careful during lower water. But time to cross Horse now and see how the river is.
What's that?
Huh?
I didn't hear anything. 10:20. We are almost in the Horse River. We're right at the mouth of it. We can see the campsite that is at the mouth right now. We're passing, I think, an old, kind of abandoned, campsite. It looks like it once had a fire ring and a lot of good tent pads. And then this is Horse Beach, which the water's high, but there's actually a nice beach right there. Not that we've ever had time to stop and partake, but it has been, what time did we start? Just after 6:30? Yep.
So it's been almost 4 hours, and Rob and I have talked about food for about 3 of them. And we do have some cool recipes we're going to try, and this time we are naming our kitchen a restaurant. Dos Mulas del Lago.
Ah, I do have another update.
Oh, one more update.
I wanted to let everyone know not to worry. Hubert George Gregory McGregory
Yeah.
IV spent a little stint in rehab and is going to be off the sauce for this trip.
Yep.
So we don't have to worry about him getting a little tipsy on us. I think that he's going to stay on the wagon for this one. The gentleman who named him made the comment, Hubert George signifies the strength and security, while McGregory gets a little tipsy from time to time.
Oh, and this is now mudro
Sandpit?
Mudro
Yes,
Sandpit, Tin Can Mike. This is the 4th lake we've been in. Still wearing life jackets.
I still have mine on,
Yep.
and haven't accidentally discharged it.
Things are going well. We're gonna have to cut right
Right. Rock up to the right there. Here's to the left.
Perfect. We're gonna start going left. All right, I know that doesn't look like much, but those little rapids are enough to get your heart rate up, and you might be able to hear it, but this is what we're trying to avoid by having a portage out. These rapids right down here start and get pretty gnarly. All right, we're on the first portage at Horse, and we are just checking our minnows to make sure they do look nice and lively. Not a dead one in sight.
Because they're carnivores.
They're still super squirmy, so we're good.
When you're out here, throw your pack on a rock because it's going to be a long day. And not all of us are man, bear, pig. Just normal guys out here moving stuff along, getting passed up by everybody else. Carl and Steve, it's nice meeting you. Yeah, make things easier on yourself. Get it up on there. Help your buddy. Check for ticks. Take your time. Slow is fast. Fast is slow. Man, bear, pig says go.
Well, we just did the second portage on Horse Lake, and our packs were, I don't want to say covered, but each pack at least had 2 ticks on it that I could see. And I guess we're just gonna have to be more careful on where we place the packs at the end of the portage, and is real cognizant of when we go to put them back on, because then obviously if they're on the pack, they're going to be on all over us before too long. So did a quick tick check. Neither Rob nor I had ticks, so it's good so far. It's 12:40 and we are on the last portage in the Horse River. There's 3 of them. We're able to run most of the or all the rapids, sorry, except for where the portages are. And that means that we have one more portage around Lower Basswood Falls, and then it's just straight paddling. All right, it's over 7 hours since we got the bait at Arrowhead Outdoors, so we went ahead and we swapped out the minnows and put them in the bait buckets. Can you hold one of them up, Rob?
I sure can.
So, same bait caddies that we were using last year. The only difference is, as Rob will Vanna White here.
Oh, you want Vanna White, huh?
Oh yeah. Oh, as one of the commenters on our video suggested, we wrapped it in duct tape to try to keep them cool, so they're kind of out of the sun. We used white duct tape, hoping that might be better, who knows. But they looked really healthy when we were putting them in, so I didn't see any dead ones, which is awesome. Like to keep all the bait live and happy. So we
We're
are
using the rainbow, just the rainbow mix.
Yep, the rainbow mix. We got 2 pints, and we don't
Arrowhead Outdoors.
from Arrowhead, and we don't need them until walleye season opens. So it's the 8th. It's Wednesday, and it doesn't start till the 11th on Saturday. So we won't be using them until then. We'll be using artificials for smallmouth and northern, which is open on the border waters once we get there. We are just in the last little bit of the Horse River, coming up to Basswood. So
And we're going to be throwing Larry's Copper Magic.
yeah,
But also, Larry sent us a couple of new spoons.
yeah, they're really awesome.
So we're looking forward to trying those out and sharing the good news with you.
Yeah, and I did not forget sunscreen. I want to be clear on that. However, it is not accessible, so I will be going dark.
Are you gatoring it?
Oh, yeah, there it is. Get me now, son.
Yeah.
You awake?
Awake now.
All right. 2:30. We are in Crooked, just below Basswood Falls, and we're actually at the pictographs now. Got a really clear view of what looks like a moose, maybe some deer, and I guess a pelican. But
The stork.
oh, a stork.
It brings the babies.
Oh.
All the baby moose.
Anything else for our update?
What?
You sleeping?
I was dozing off.
Like paddling with a narcoleptic.
You a table rock for the fans?
Yeah. Where do you put the tent?
This is listening to us?
Yeah.
Well, this is Table Rock Lake. No.
This campsite.
This is Table Rock Campsite.
Yeah.
But something that's really cool about it is there's almost like sidewalks that are here. And the kitchen area is just fantastic because it's all concrete around or stone around the front of it, where you can kneel down and eat. I'm gonna pass over here. What if that's the latrine? Maybe over there? I don't know where you put a tent.
A lot of good sitting rocks.
A lot of great sitting rocks. Just a nice little space. And probably, I would imagine, yeah, right here. This is actually really nice. Because there's that, almost like a barrier right there, so the water will come around the side. would you rate this campsite so far, Ben?
I like it. I mean, it's,
I do too.
yeah,
It's really nice. It's not where we want to be staying, but
yeah.
I mean, what a nice spot.
I have to look around for more pads, but I think it could hold a lot of people.
Yeah, well, it's like your whole living room out here.
Well, we made it. It is 5:30. We left at 6:30, so it's 11 hours.
It's better than when it took us 10 to get the horse.
Yeah, that was a bad day.
And a lot of things have changed at the campsite.
This giant tree in the background, that's new.
Is that new?
I'm wondering if that's a piece of the tree.
I think it is.
There's a little work done to the kitchen area. This tree here is new.
I'd like to thank whoever left that pile of wood for us.
And of course, there's trash in the fire pit. We have to be the first people to camp here, I would think.
Yeah.
But
Show them that. Whatever somebody did there.
yeah, I'd have to assume that's the Forest Service. Whole bunch of cut, fresh cut trees. Yeah.
Drove something.
We didn't get a chance to stop at 3 Mile Island.
Didn't need to.
Didn't need to, but it also meant Rob didn't get his gift for this trip.
What's my gift?
It's not candy. It's better. And it's not what is your gift, it's who is your gift.
Who's my gift?
Mr. Turtle! It's your water thermometer.
Oh.
He can go with us everywhere and tell you the temperature of the water and whether or not it's too cold for an infant to take a bath.
This is fantastic.
I knew you'd love it. No, it's not edible. You put it in the. No, it doesn't smell.
It says 73 degrees.
Yeah, 73. Go put it in the water. He's gonna go with us everywhere. Yep. Okay. Oh, it's dropping. 65, 64, 63. Oh, it's getting cold.
What's his name, or can I name
No,
it?
it's Mr. Turtle.
Here's the center.
We've got the tent up. Our Big Agnes Blacktail Hotel 3. Super quick to set up. Got the water drop going. And now we're just digging through our packs. Putting what needs to go on the tent into the tent. Putting what needs to go into the kitchen. And then, most importantly, changing out our shoes to our good old friends. Oh, those are so good. I don't like horses.
You don't like horses?
We went light on cooking oil this trip, and won't have actual bacon grease until tomorrow morning's breakfast. But this bacon up makes for a great substitute. You might not be able to see it, but if you've been here, you'll know that there's something about eating dinner on a lake by a campfire. Maybe it's because we've been working for the last 12 hours, but I'm convinced the food just tastes better.
Good morning. It is our first day out here. There is no walleye fishing until Saturday. So Ben and I are starting the routine a little differently. We're cooking breakfast first thing. Then we're going to go through and organize camp, get the rest of the fishing gear put together, and just kind of relax. And then we'll go out and fish maybe some northern and some smallmouth. We're up here on one of the border waters, which allows us to do that before season opens on Saturday. But I can assure you, this routine will change on Saturday. Oh, we're good.
Yeah. I don't think it gets any better than campfire, bacon, eggs, and pancakes. Unless these pancakes had Andy's mint chips.
That's a hornet's nest.
It's not a good morning.
But we got the what? Log cabin or country kitchen or what?
Country kitchen.
Ooh, yeah.
Syrup.
But watch when I cast it. It's like I'm casting out a real fish. The way it hits the water. Big lures mean big bait. Big fish. Either way, it's all big.
Part of getting the camp ready for us means rigging the boat with cameras, camera mounts, batteries, and setting up a charging station, on top of the usual items like collecting firewood. Quick check of Mr. Turtle. 46 degrees.
Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to our Boundary Waters trip. And we've spoken to a lot of you through emails and Instagram. Some of you even on the phone as we've gone over the maps. And we want to say that we've had a lot of fun getting to know some of you. I know we have a big boat. I know we carry a lot of gear, but we don't dilly-dally, but it still takes us forever. We watch people like, I think they bring power drills and propellers or something, because I don't know how you can get in the water at the same time as them. And the next thing you know, you just can't even see them anymore. But up here in Crooked Lake, we found the best way to fish for walleye is just a jig. Nothing more, nothing less. Coming up in May, a 3/8 ounce. Jig seems to be the weight when you're working the currents. There is a new area that we're going to try while we're up here. That is called, what do they call it? Second Water or Second Bear Falls?
Bear Pass or
Bear Pass. I'm not sure. We don't know for exactly 100%, but we're going to find it and we're going to try it because there's supposed to be some good smallmouth fish in there and walleye. There's running water. We are early this year. We did not get the permit we wanted, so instead of going in after opening, since we thoroughly enjoy that Saturday when the season officially opens, we came up on the 8th on Wednesday, and so today is the 9th. Right now Ben and I are just going to go throw Larry's Copper Magic, and I've got this goofy little fish that I picked up that I'm going to throw, and then we've also got some new lures we're going to try. Being that we're on border waters, we're bordering Canada, and since the line runs through the middle, we are able to fish for smallmouth and northern here, and we'll wait till Saturday, but you can bet Saturday morning our update will probably be pretty early, because I know Ben and I are pretty excited to get out there and see what's going to happen. So right now we're just going to paddle around, throw some lures, and don't know what's going to happen, but sit back and enjoy the ride and the views.
Of course, first fish of the trip, and I'm not recording, but nothing to write home about. Just little northern. And off he goes. But we were looking to make sure that the Larry's Copper Magic here, we're seeing how it swam, and sure enough, we stopped it right at the side of the boat so Rob could see it, and that's why you never give up and always reel all the way up to the boat on northern, because they will strike right next to the boat, as that little guy did. So don't think that just because you can see it, because we both could see him hit that lure. Oh. There we go. Got it back. All right, well, swim into the boat. It's not going to be that big. Oh, it's decent. Big northern. There he goes. No. There's something following him. Oh, it's two walleye. Well, no, it's a big smallmouth. Oh my gosh.
That's right behind you.
No rods on it? Oh man. Okay. Alright, so he's just chilling on the side of the boat right now. I'm gonna open my line, give me some space to work. Oh, that is a big.
That's a beast. How much does that weigh?
All right. 4.51.
4.5 pound smallmouth.
All right, we're gonna release her, and I'll show you that lure for those of you that haven't seen Larry's Copper Magic. Right there.
4.5 pound.
4.5 pound smallmouth.
We got a... How long is that leader?
I think that's 18 inches.
18-inch steel leader, because, well, we were fishing for northern. I went through every fish in the book before I thought it was a smallmouth. And we didn't catch a single bass last year. 6 days of fishing. And here we are, second fish of the trip, 4.5 pound. It's just nuts. But they don't spawn till later. So I'm gonna assume that was a female and just full of eggs. But there was another one right by her, so I don't know if spawning's going on now or what. Mr. Turtle set 59 degrees water temp at the surface.
Good afternoon, everyone. It's 3:35 in the afternoon on Thursday, the 9th. Ben and I have been out fishing this morning, and he caught a tiny little northern that was about 13.5 inches. And he caught a massive 4.5 pound smallmouth that was just a crazy deal, because he caught it on Larry's Copper Magic, which is a copper spoon that you've heard us talk about before fishing northern. So super interesting. I guess that's a good sign. Maybe that means that they're ready to eat anything. So tomorrow should be eventful, since we cannot fish walleye until Saturday. Tonight for dinner, we're going to be making filet mignon with a combination of onions, peppers, and potatoes. Last night I didn't cook the potatoes long enough, so they're a little bit hard. But tonight we're going to try a little bit different method also. We like to cook our steaks medium rare or just a skosh under. So when you're cooking on an open flame, sometimes it can be kind of difficult when it's semi-controlled. So we're going to try to do a little something to warm them up first in the fire, and then pull them out to put them on the grill. Again, camp's all set up. We was able to collect some firewood, get us all set up for today and part of tomorrow. That's kind of the afternoon update. A little long-winded, but gives you guys an idea of really what's going on here.
What lure are you using now?
Currently I'm using a whopper plopper. It's the perch colored, and I forget what size it is, but I'll tell you. Might be the
70?
It's the 110.
110.
Yep. So this is it right here. Whopper plopper is a good option to take with you, because the smallmouth and the northern will both hit on it. Using an 18-inch, 30-pound leader. Don't know that you need one that long. I just have one because it was in the tackle box, and I figured, well, we'll just use it. Once they get all kinked up and goofy looking, then I switch them out. Also got new rods and reels for this trip. Oh, not this reel. This reel is the Shimano Vanford I've been fishing last year, but we did come with all brand new reel rods. The 13 Fishing Blackouts. It's a 7-foot 1 inch. Let's see, it's a fast medium power. So we like fishing with that about that 7-foot range, or just a hair higher when we're out fishing walleye. And then we picked up some real nice 13 Fishing reels, which we'll showcase once we get into walleye. I got a spoon, I got a duck, I got a squid, I got a daredevil. You want the daredevil? In what world? It's a $9 lure. Oh, it still is. Jiminy Christmas. That's the dumbest thing I've ever had happen to me today. I have the worst luck. I mean, did that happen in slow motion for you too? Once it hits the bumper?
Yeah, then it's like...
I mean, it hit the bumper, hit the side, and then went over. That dumb thing was brand new. I can tell you this, I wasn't going to reach for it.
Well, we weren't really lighting up the scoreboard on the fishing, so we just stopped to explore a little bit and check out another campsite along in between Wednesday and Thursday Bay.
A good spot for a large tent, except for maybe here. But you got a couple of things right in here that would mess you up. But
Yeah, tons of roots.
yeah,
And a smaller tent pad, but again, tons of roots.
what's this right here? There's a lot of good places to put up the chairs and
Better than the last one.
yeah.
I like these too. You sit higher.
Yeah.
Well, the ones we're at, you feel like you're sitting on the ground.
This is all good stuff.
Tonight's menu will be a potato, onion, pepper skillet. We're gonna try a way of baking, or somehow other than grilling, the filet. And I think Rob is getting the appetizer going of our skinny bagels with Kerrygold herb and garlic butter. But we're gonna be giving the potatoes a little bit of extra time today because Rob likes them when they're soft and not crunchy, right?
That is right.
So for Rob and I, we do half a bag of these, a half a bag of these, and an onion. Oh, oh yeah. Oh, here's the appetizer. Oh, it's too hot. It's too hot. Oh, give it a minute. There's that secret ingredient of the campfire that you just can't match at home. And I'm sorry if I look like Obi-Wan, but I am Obi-Wan.
This is the campsite you were looking for.
All right, dinner's ready. Peppers, onions, potatoes, essence of emeralds, and filet from Costco. And now for my secret ingredient, sriracha chili sauce.
After dinner, there's nothing really to do except enjoy nature, take in another great sunset, watch the fire die down, and contemplate life's biggest questions.
Where do you punch the bear?
It's 9 o'clock on Thursday. This is just one of the coolest parts about being up here. There's no wind. The reflection, it just looks like a mirror. Rob and I just tried the salted caramel or caramel hot cocoa mix, which was delicious. Rob, better than the regular hot cocoa?
Way better.
Way better. Wait, no, they didn't even need to think about it. But we're just hanging out right now. We did get the campsite prepped a little bit. It's supposed to rain, although not until tomorrow evening, but you never know.
So we moved a bunch of the wood inside or under our gear tarp. According to Mr. Turtle, it is 42.6 degrees out this morning. And the forecast seems like snow.
What's that? These two are a little closer.
Oh. Can I have a bacon, egg, and cheese sandwich? Bacon, egg, and...
Yeah.
Ah! You said it was cold.
In no real hurry to go anywhere, we spend the morning completing a few very important tasks around camp, while trying to dodge the rain. I'm going to play 2. Take away your shield and sink your boat.
Good afternoon. It's been raining all morning, so I've been staying inside the tent. But one of the greatest things about being in the Boundary Waters, even though it's raining, is when you wake up and you're laying here. You unzip your tent a little bit, and you look out. And this is what you see. It's pretty amazing. Pretty amazing indeed.
So when Rob and I got to camp, we saw these, I don't even know what drag marks it looked like, and we didn't think much of it. What did you think? I just thought it was someone moving these giant logs behind us, but I think, and can be easily deleted if I'm wrong, but these are actually beaver drag marks from over the winter. They're really hard to tell, I guess, with our gear in the way, but have some coming in down through here. And then there's another one. See that? It actually goes all the way back up to and that tree got felled, and with it brought down a whole slew of trees.
Today is Friday, the 10th.
Walleye Eve.
But yeah, we're excited to get out tomorrow morning and get started. Today it's just a gloomy day in the Boundary Waters, which is always better than the very best day at work. So yeah, I mean, just real excited to start reeling them big hogs in. So stay tuned. So we've got a Portage Mule pro tip for you. Something to consider when you're looking at the forecast and you're getting ready to head to the Boundary Waters is if you've got rain and you've got a long paddle going in, make sure you put one of your rain flies at a spot that's extremely easily accessible so that when you get on site, you can put it up first thing and get underneath it to start looking through your bag before you get stuff set up.
Yeah. Woo! Well, since it's kind of a gray and rainy day, I've decided to see if I can get to the top of a cliff that overlooks this campsite. And since Rob won't go with me,
I was never invited.
I'll bring you along. Who do you
Formally
believe?
invite me.
Away I go. When I said a cliff, I wasn't kidding. It's probably 50 feet tall in back of me. Starting to gain some elevation. Got this giant boulder here. You can probably see. I don't know how far up I am, but it's a long way down. Of course, someone's already camped here. That's just a ton of trash. A long time ago. I can almost see the overlook that I see from when we're out fishing. I made it. Here's our campsite. Where am I going? That way on the point. Right down there. There's Rob. He's waving. Yodel! If our dinners are starting to sound repetitive, it's because they are. Tonight is, you guessed it, potatoes, peppers, onion, and filet. And we cook the same thing because it's delicious. And it's made even better over a campfire. What do you say, Chef Rob?
I say that, pero aquí en la cocina de Dos Mulas en el Lago, or del Lago, es comida americano con una flair de Mexico.
In English, what Rob is saying that he likes filet and potatoes and onions and peppers.
Con la jalapeno y poblano.
A lot.
Es mi italiano, mexicano.
They're so good. See, he didn't think I spoke Spanish.
Show you how we're doing these. I've got a seasoning on top of these fillets. I'm just searing them on each side, letting them warm up just a little bit before I put them on the grill so that they can turn out to be a real nice medium rare or just underneath. But these are filet mignon. So as I flip those, you can see that sear that's been put on there. And that's just to help sear those in so the juices stay in.
Thank you so much for watching part 1 of our opening day 2024 trip, and we're almost to opening morning. Please like and subscribe for notifications on all of our upcoming videos, and stay tuned for part 2, when the walleye fishing can really begin, and we shatter our walleye trip tally record.